All right, what is going on, guys? So I have another Apple video for you guys today, and as you can see from this video that is playing in the background, we have a brand new HomePod. Now, once again, I was not expecting this from Apple. It seems like Apple is starting to release stuff with short 20-30-minute videos on their website, but I have already ordered 2 HomePods, so I'm going to test it with the speaker by itself and then when you do the stereo pairing. But I'm really excited for this product because I remember when I wanted to buy the original HomePod, Apple just decided to discontinue it a couple years ago, and then we never heard of it again. We thought we weren't going to get it back. I would argue simply because of how expensive it was. But Apple is bringing back the HomePod, and they have made a couple improvements. So I would say in terms of the design, it looks pretty much the same as the previous generation. It's just more or less like the 14 and 16 inch. It's stuff done under the hood. So I would assume the sound quality and sound fidelity is going to be much better than the first generation, which I would say is still pretty good in today's market. So one of the sensors Apple is advertising is that if you place it anywhere in the room, it's able to dynamically scan it and play the sounds according on where it's located in the room. If it's up, elevated up on the table, or if it's down on the ground, it's able to play the sound best appropriate for what it needs to do. And then once again, it still has the stereo pairing with 2 HomePods, so it's able to be played in stereo mode, I believe, when it's connected to your, pretty sure if you AirPlay it with any of your devices or your Apple TV, which is nice. I still do believe if you have Apple Music, you can just go up to the HomePod, tap it with your phone. This is an Android, by the way. You can tap it on the HomePod, and then it'll just transfer to the HomePod, automatically start playing. Another sensor that it has in terms of the automation space is that it has a thermometer, I guess, but it's able to know the temperature inside the room. So for example, if you have a lot of smart home devices and your room gets 80 degrees, it can automatically close the blinds and turn on the air conditioner. So really nice to see that Apple is starting to, I guess, catch up to the rest of the competition, but I would argue that the best thing about the HomePod is the sound quality. It is a really nice speaker. It just sucks that in terms of compatibility with other things, it's kind of limited to the Apple ecosystem. So with this product coming out, I'm more interested to see if Sonos is gonna, refresh one of their products. Maybe they have upward firing speakers, because I would get this over the HomePod. Take 2. I would get this over a Sonos product, but we're in this weird space where it's like, do you want to get into the Apple ecosystem? Do you want to get into the Sonos ecosystem? But they kind of overlap between the two. But the one thing that really makes me a little bit disappointed, and I guess this is more for home theater use, is that they only come in black or white. It would have been nice to see the other HomePod mini colors like the red, yellow, blue. But I assume if they're trying to stretch out this announcement, because they probably don't have that much stuff to announce this year, you can just have that HomePod with different colors be announced at a later date, which would be kind of cool. But it's nice that Apple's sticking to their guns, and at least here in the US, it's still $299. I've got to do a little bit more research and see if it's the original price in other countries around the world, because people did tell me in my comments that the 14 and 16 inch that just got refreshed yesterday, it's already like $200, or I should say 200 euros more expensive overseas in some European countries. So I would assume in other countries as well, it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive. Another thing that I found a little bit interesting about the new HomePod is that it's only from the iPhone 8 and above that it's compatible with. So if you have an iPhone 7 or below, you can't set up the HomePod, which I think is kind of strange. But I would say at this price point, maybe people with these phones or those phones don't need the HomePod, but it kind of sucks that you know what I'm trying to say, right? Planned obsolescence. Anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. HomePods will be on the channel, I believe February 3rd is when Apple said it's going to be shipped out. Also, shout out to MSI for sending me this. Appreciate it. But if you guys have any questions, comments, let me know down below. And as always, guys, much love. Really excited to test this against the Sonos and Alexa and Google. But at this price point, it's not even a fair competition, because $300, I can buy 2 of their products, maybe even 3 of the products for the price of 1. But is it worth it? Who knows?